Since the beginning, Sandia Presbyterian Church has been a vital and growing congregation. Those original charter members stepped out in faith and risked a lot, but it has paid off immensely. This church grew so fast in the 90s that it was the fastest growing church in the denomination. And today we are the largest Presbyterian church in New Mexico. But the DNA of that original church remains. This has always been a church that pushes hard to grow its mission and make a difference in the lives of people. This dynamic quality is what attracted me to Sandia Presbyterian, and I know I'm not alone in that.
I will always think of the beginning of Sandia Presbyterian as one of the happiest times of my life, because I knew where God wanted me, and I knew that He had something for me to do that was important. And everyone else felt the same way. We were on fire.
Like just yesterday, we were setting up, putting down chairs in Dennis Chavis's gym. And now we set up and take down chairs in our own gym. It's been amazing.
I think one of the things was the excitement and having a place for my children.
During those years in which we had more people showing up here than we could stir with the shepherd staff. Being a math major, the problem as I saw it was, where do we put these people, giving limited resources, and how do we equip them to become competent Christians?
Today, Christ is calling us once again to step out in faith. While this church has accomplished so much, we have to remember we still have lots to do for the sake of the kingdom. This fall, we are celebrating our 25th anniversary as a church, and during those first 25 years, we grew and raised an entire generation of young Christians who continue to follow Jesus and serve Him. That is a remarkable achievement. And we have no intention of sitting still. Over the last few years, we have been dreaming and working to bring more people from the community to meet Christ. We have existing programs for children and youth that we want to be great. We have started a Wednesday fellowship, which has been great connecting people. And I think of Upward Basketball, which has had a huge impact in this community with hundreds and hundreds of kids coming to Christ. And all because Sandia Presbyterian stepped out in faith and built a gymnasium, the Family Life Center. In hindsight, no one would look back on that and see it as a mistake. So what might we do in the future? There are new things we can do now, like offer diverse worship experiences in a setting that will work. There is also the Great Banquet movement. The Great Banquet is near and dear to my heart because I have seen it transform congregations and make them much more missional. And there are other ministries that we can't even conceive of that will thrive in the right kind of space. But right now we don't have that. The lack of this space is a real obstacle. But the other obstacle is debt that has to be serviced out of our budget. You know, the people who founded this church and built 3 additions all had to step out in faith. They needed to risk and sacrifice, and that has not changed. God continues to ask us to trust Him and look to the future. Like the charter members, we believe God has given us a vision to expand His mission here. This vision will be made possible by the Next Steps in Faith campaign. The first goal of the Next Steps in Faith campaign is to raise $2 million to build this mid-sized addition. The second goal of the campaign is to retire our existing debt of $1.7 million, for which we are currently paying $192,000 per year to the bank. We can redirect that money to ministry and mission that impacts the world for Christ. While our sanctuary can seat up to 600 people and our gym nearly 1,000, what we lack on our campus is a mid-sized space that provides an attractive and comfortable setting for smaller worship services and events. This space needs to accommodate up to 200 people. The medium-sized, multi-purpose space is a supporting pillar to many of our new ministries by providing a suitable area that will help Sandia better serve us now and congregations well into the future.
We want Sandia to be a church that offers a variety of forms of worship so that more and more people of all walks of life have the chance to become disciples of Jesus and to grow as disciples on His mission. This new space we hope to build affords us a fresh opportunity to start a new, exciting worship service in addition to our strong, already existing worship services. The worship that we want to try in this new space would be more participatory. It would present the same exact gospel of Jesus. It would just do so for a whole new generation of worshipers in ways that engage their hearts and their minds with the gospel, maybe even in ways we haven't dreamed of yet.
We have to find a way to build that next step, to be the bigger community, to find the needs of the individual.
We have a unique opportunity to impact this city for Christ, and spending $192,000 a year on ministry rather than principal and interest is a better use of God's resources. Paying off the debt would open up a whole world of possibilities. We want everyone to share in this vision. We want everyone to be part of what God is doing among us. This church has always stretched the boundaries and trusted God, and we need to continue to do that if we are going to continue to grow. We're asking everyone in the church to pray this prayer throughout the campaign. Dear Lord, what would you do through me to accomplish your vision for our church? Help me discern a sacrifice for our campaign that is meaningful and joyful.